We were shooting in Leh Ladakh. There was very low levels of oxygen there, and every day something was happening. Snehal, who does my hair, her heart, we couldn't feel her pulse at one point. I thought she had died. We didn't know if we were releasing the next day. I was sitting in the car and we were in Delhi. And we didn't do promotions for this movie. There were no hoardings. There were no trailers run on television. Everything's welcome. No, you should be okay with criticism and stuff as well.
Yeah.
You shouldn't only want stuff that I want to hear.
Fair.
Look so beautiful. Then someone's allowed to say you look like shit and you're crap.
Hi, Adah.
Hi.
Welcome to AfterHours. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for calling me.
Yeah, we've, of course, been fans of all the work you've done, but I think this year has been particularly spectacular for you. And what a wonderful, wonderful project to have worked on, like,
Thank you.
The Kerala story.
Thank you.
And I love that, how in the interviews, of course, it was a huge commercial success. Everybody, loved what it stood for. And what you said it stood for was that it was anti-terrorism and it was not anti-religion.
Absolutely.
And I love that stance,
I think that's the only stance. There is no other stance about it. It's all religions together against terrorism. And that's how, as a nation, that's how, as not even just our country, even internationally, this is an issue. It's a worldwide issue.
Yeah.
And people don't shy away talking about it internationally. Everyone's very pro movies that stand for anti-terrorism.
Like, it was a very gut-wrenching watch,
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, because, of course, as young women and as young girls, everybody kind of understands and empathizes with a large section of young women who are impressionable, who maybe don't have as much clarity or haven't come, from extremely sort of progressive or well-read homes where, you're aware of things that are going on outside of your home, outside of your town. And I think for that, it was an incredible story.
That also, and yes, my character Shalini Unikrishnan was from a very protective background, and she went to a hostel for the first time and she was meeting boys for the first time. However, I would still think that even someone who's extremely well educated, well read, at a very high post, professionally also, they also could fall in love and make mistakes.
100%.
We've all fallen in love and made mistakes in love. Now, not to the point where somebody impregnated us and took us to Syria to become terrorists, but we made mistakes. So I don't know if only being educated or has anything to do with falling in love with somebody or trusting. Love means you're going to trust somebody with everything. You're going to trust that what they're telling you is true. You're going to trust and have faith in that person.
Yeah.
But then when that person makes you question your own faith, and now because you have that much faith in that person, you'll start questioning your own beliefs, your own set of faith. And maybe if your own set of beliefs aren't strong, which means your belief in yourself isn't strong enough, yes, you might...
Fair enough.
Yeah, so
Fair point.
Yeah, so I don't think it's just education also.
Yeah. I think I meant it more from the point of how independent young women
I agree with
have
you, yes.
just a little more sort of exposure.
Absolutely. Like
they're
us,
a little more rational.
We would think we are.
Yeah.
But it helps, of course it helps if you're educated and if you're... more exposed to things, of course, that it'll be tougher to maybe trick you.
Correct.
You might not be as vulnerable, though I don't know.
One can't say. Hard to say.
But
one can hope.
Yes.
One can hope.
Totally.
But, speaking of what the movie stood for, and as you said, it was an anti-religion, I wanted to ask you, what is the meaning of religion or spirituality for you, Adah?
It's basically just my beliefs in... Firstly, I would like to say my religion, my spirituality, my beliefs have always taught me to not bring down somebody else's beliefs. That's a very important thing for me.
Yeah.
In anything I believe in or do, I don't think putting someone else down is going to make me become superior.
Yeah.
It's just having faith in what I have been taught. For me, it's always been that the divinity is in yourself. And that's where it stems from. And only if you are good can you spread goodness. Only if you are good, you can be good.
Yeah.
So that's how it's always been for me. And I'm glad I belong to a family who's always encouraged that. My belief system will always also be influenced by my parents because I've grown up I'm very fond of my parents and I really like my family. So whatever your belief system is, I don't know, I was very impressionable through what my parents have always taught me. So that's how
But you
it's
believe
always
in
been.
God?
Of course, I do believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
I do believe in God.
Yeah.
I believe that there is divinity, and my entire professional career or my personal life has total like divine intervention. And that's how every single step of every single thing I've ever done has been.
What are the
there's,
moments where you felt like, oh my God, this is divine intervention?
Everything. I mean, just me sitting here and talking to you. I'm someone who's not from the industry. I don't have any film connections at all. And I've been in a movie that's the highest female grossing film ever.
Ever.
Like ever. That means like my friend was telling me that day. She said, can you believe it is from the time that films were made that this is a girl film that, yes, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that's only divine intervention. I can't credit it to anything else. I mean, what could it be? Why would they pick me to do this movie? They could take anyone else to do it. I was picked. I got to tell the story. I got to be in a film like this. So
and for
this
posterity,
is,
this will be like one of the most landmark
yes,
pieces of work you've done, I believe.
For me, I do. As far as the film industry is concerned, I hope other films come and break this record. I'll be very happy. I hope other girls get the opportunity to do another female-driven film that breaks all the records of this film, and that film does even better than this. And then someone else comes and makes an even better film, and that does even better than that film. So that I'd be very excited about. But as far as, yes, this will be something that
in Adah's history will be very significant.
I mean, we have made history, and I'm really happy to be part of history that's been created. It feels very nice.
It is unbelievable. And, you know, I wanted to ask you, when you were reading the script, you know, what did you feel from inside?
Oh my, actually it was in various phases because our director, when I met him, he kind of told me what it's about first. Then I read like a short synopsis, which was around 30 pages. Then I read the whole script. So it was in phases. I knew what I was reading. Then I met the girls who've gone through this also. So at every time, it also felt like a huge responsibility because I kept telling myself that, you know, I'm getting to tell the story, and it's not like a fictional story that you're saying, you know, you're talking about people who've gone through it in real life. So the responsibility felt so much more than fictional content that I've done before. This is the first real life thing I'm doing. I've not done anything that was based on real life people. I hadn't done anything before this. So that felt very, that's a personal thing. And as far as what you're reading, you're like, what? No, how can this? Also the way these women's minds are, you know, messed around with and manipulated. Sometimes you look at it and say, it's so silly. It's such silly things. But that's how, when I met the girls, they said, you know, when you have to manipulate someone, it's not with an agenda. If I come and tell you, I'm going to manipulate you with a very important agenda, you're going to be like, please keep quiet. But if I slowly, you know, become your friend, and after that, I slowly start questioning your beliefs, and I slowly creep in things that cause doubt in your head. So things like that, you know, when you're reading it, then I was like, I hope we are able to translate this to, then I told myself everything has to be so real. So, you know, that pressure of it has to, I wanted everything to look real and not one moment look fake.
That's why you dehydrated yourself for like 40 hours. Is that true? You didn't drink water?
We did, yes. We did a lot of crazy stuff through this movie.
Please share that with us. We would love to know.
We were shooting in Leh, Ladakh. There was very low levels of oxygen there, and every day something was happening. Snehal, who does my hair, her heart, we couldn't feel her pulse at one point. I thought she had died. Like we were so scared. Every day, like there was people who had nosebleeds and all. We had to go to really high altitudes. And I remember then she just went on like a sack of potatoes, and we thought she fainted, and we checked, there was no pulse. So we were shooting in very scary conditions. Our director was on a ventilator for some days, and
what it took to make this movie.
Yeah, it's actually blood, sweat and tears, but all worth it. Anyway, worth it. Like when we were making it also, for me, I thought we're getting to tell the story of these people. I didn't know how many people are going to watch it. You never know when you're making a movie. You just hope for everyone to watch it.
Also, these days, you just can't say with the release, because I think the patterns of behavior
Yes.
of movie watchers or movie goers has changed so much since COVID.
Totally.
That it's very unpredictable to release a movie in the theaters.
Yeah.
I
mean, we didn't know. Forget that. We didn't know if we are releasing the next day. I was sitting in the car and we were in Delhi. And we didn't do promotions for this movie. There were no hoardings. There were no trailers run on television. We had some news channel interviews that we did in Delhi. And I remember we were in the same car. And I remember Vipul sir and Sudipto sir were sitting. And they're talking to lawyers. And they're saying, हाँ, वो lawyer को यहाँ भेज दो. So what? It's banned. Chennai banned. What? Tamil Nadu? Okay, banned. Okay, so send this lawyer. So I didn't know if we're releasing the next day. And my mom called me up and she said that somebody called her and told her that, they're not opening the theatre booking for a theatre in Bandra. So I said, what? So it won't release at all. So till that night, bookings were not open for the first day. It was banned in some theatres. People were scared to go because then... So I said, I don't know if this movie is going to release. But it got a huge opening then because the morning that it took, like the collections, and by evening people, I think... credit goes to people in our country. Everyone was very brave.
Yeah.
People were
Word of mouth, I think,
this.
was just unbelievable.
No, and I think people were like, we are watching this. What are you going to do? We're watching this.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. Yeah.
But phenomenal story, and really, really respect, I think, all the blood, sweat and tears that you and the entire team kind of put in to make this happen.
Though I think in all movies, people put in everything. Even in fictional movies, even if your movie is a comedy, that's a fictional comedy with songs and just fun and dance.
But maybe sub ventilator pe nahi pahunchte.
Yeah, the levels over there were really... I was the only one who was... I was so scared to fall sick that I don't think I allowed myself to get sick even one day during that shoot.
Yeah.
Because the pressure was... I said, if I fall sick, then it's... What are you going to do? Because I'm in every day I'm shooting everything. So if I'm sick... So I kept telling myself, you cannot fall sick. And so that pressure messed with my mind totally.
Yeah. But divine intervention, it worked out.
Totally. Always. With everything.
Yeah. Yes. Adah, if you weren't an actor, what would you be?
I think a professional whistler.
Really?
I was considering it once as a serious career option.
Really?
Yeah.
And then what happened? Then you were like, nahi karna.
No, I can still do that. So people don't give me movies now. That's the plan. Really, I whistle nicely in tune and everything. So.
Yeah. Can maybe ask you
I'll whistle for you. Song of your choice? Do you have any requests?
Any of your favorites.
Don't worry, be happy.
Love it. My dad is also a great whistler. So when we were growing up, we knew he had come home from work because he would enter the home whistling.
Songs.
Yeah. And then I tried. I was not as good. Actually, none of us are as good. But he's also a great whistler.
So I think it's also practice only. I used to find birds and try to talk to them. That's how I started whistling.
Really?
Yeah, I used to try to imitate birds.
I wanted to ask you that I read somewhere that now you're vegan.
Right.
And of course, we've seen all over Instagram that you absolutely love animals.
Yes.
As do I. I'm not vegan, but I am vegetarian for that reason.
Right,
I'm a Punjabi vegetarian for...
That must be, yeah.
for now 19 years.
Lovely.
Because I love animals to the point that I wouldn't even sit in a carriage.
Same here. So those electronic carriages, I did that thing with PETA and that's how we got it banned. And they had the electronic thing that came after that.
Yeah.
So even it just breaks my heart.
It does.
So the thing is, I was vegetarian since birth also. My only vice was dahi, which that's the only thing that's very difficult. I'm okay with anything else. I don't miss cheese or everything else is fine. Dahi I'm as addicted to as people are to tea and coffee.
Yeah.
Other than that, I was anyway vegetarian. And I can't even imagine. It's like telling someone to eat rocks and stones. So that is non-veg.
But tell us, how did you start connecting with animals?
Again, it's your parents. My mom was always somebody who she used to come home Monday with an injured crow, owl, injured cat. And so I've always seen that. I think you learn what your parents do.
Yeah.
So I used to always see that she's so comfortable with stray animals, any sort of animal, helping them. And she never discriminated between species.
Yeah.
It was never that this is a human person. So we be nicer to them, and this is a stray animal, so its life doesn't matter. She was
Yeah.
always very, pro of all lives mattering, irrespective of what species you belong to. So watching that, I think, must have gotten to my system since then.
Fair enough. But why does your Insta bio say actor? I'm reading down crow and goat.
I think animals are cool, yeah. Also, my
But why
parents.
crow and goat in particular?
Crow, cow, goat, or something. And goat because I like mimicking goats. Crows are actually very cool. Crows, they recognize faces.
I had no idea actually.
They have regional dialects also.
Really?
Yeah, different regional. They have funerals for the deceased.
Wow.
A group of crows is called a murder. Just trivia for people.
Yeah, that I knew.
Crows are very cool. Yeah, they make tools themselves, and they also give gifts. Like our crow who eats at our house comes and eats, and then sometimes leaves like a dry twig, a leaf, and stuff like that, like as a gift, as a thank you.
Oh.
Crows are like that. Cows are also really cool. They can smell 10 kilometers away, and they have
They
four
look
stomachs.
very cute also.
Yeah, they don't have four stomachs. Actually, they have one stomach that's divided into four. People say it's four stomachs, but I think crows and goats.
So because you like the animals,
yeah,
in
my
the bio.
parents told me I could be whatever I want to be. So on my Instagram bio, I decided I'll be whoever I
But
want
you
to
also
be.
have this like really mysterious girl vibe.
Really?
Yeah,
Is that
I think
good or
so.
bad?
I think it's good because it intrigues people, no?
Okay.
Like
great
when
then.
you're mysterious and people are curious to know more about you.
Okay, lovely.
Like that.
Good.
So
Let
is
it remain
that
way.
intentional, unintentional? It just is who you are.
I think it's who I am. I'm pretty private like that as a person. But I put a lot of stuff out now on Instagram.
Yeah.
I do.
You have a huge following even on YouTube.
Yeah,
you enjoy
my
social
YouTube
media.
My YouTube actually shot up during Kerala, and that 1 month it just shot up. I put like a few videos. I think it was 100,000 and it became, now it's like almost 1 million, and like just that feels nice. It's nice that people are watching the stuff you do. I think it feels really good.
What are some of like the nicest and the meanest messages, let's say, or comments people have left?
Nicest about like generally, not about the movies or anything.
Not about the movie, just like you.
Meanest, I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, everything's welcome. No, you should be okay with criticism and stuff as well.
Yeah.
You shouldn't only want stuff that I want to hear.
Fair.
Look so beautiful, then someone's allowed to say you look like shit and you're crap.
Yeah.
They're allowed to say if that's what they want to say.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Whether I accept it or not is my problem, but you are
Yeah.
allowed to say what you want to say, and that's how it should be. Everyone should be entitled to their opinions. Please say what you want to say. So mean, no. I'm quite amused sometimes when I read some stuff. Mean for me is when I know somebody and I like someone who matters to me, and then they've said something, then I'd be affected by it. But otherwise,
Not a stranger.
Not someone who has like 2 followers and it's like some troll account and that person has said you are a glorified prostitute, or in Hindi.
I don't understand why people do that. Like, who has the time? Like, I can't ever imagine being a person who
sits
goes
online
to
and says,
somebody's account and says something
prostitute,
really nasty.
die.
And is okay with that. Like, how can you sleep at night
Maybe
with
it
that?
gives them great joy.
We wanted to ask you, that you, of course, have been an actor for a very long time. I want to tell you honestly, I'm like petrified of horror films, so I have not seen 1920. But the first time I saw you was in Hasi To Fasi, where I loved, everything about that movie. It's actually one of my favorite films. I think it's a very underrated movie.
How nice.
I loved the music of it.
Yeah, it has some really nice songs.
Yeah, Ishq Bulawa is one of my favorite songs. And I felt like everything about that.
Ishq
Oh
Bulawa
yeah, Zaina Seeb, amazing.
Shake
as
It Like
well.
Shamir has such nice songs. All the songs were.
Yeah. So that was the first time I saw you, and I have often wondered what it means to be a public figure when it comes to relationships, like dating. Like, does being an actor stand in the way, of dating in general?
I think I stand in my own way of dating, irrespective of me being an actor or not. I can
Why would you say
I can take full credit of doing. I don't need to be an actor to stand in the way. No, I just I was telling someone that I find it like we've been trained to do everything. Okay, gymnastics, yeah, we've trained. Music, yeah, I've learned the instrument. You learn an instrument, you pick up another instrument because now you can read music and the notes. You just learn the technique. You learn stuff of of anything. You learn martial arts and then someone makes you practice and you learn that, you learn acting. This no one has taught me. I went to an all-girls convent school where we were told that, don't talk to boys. Of course, it's very bad. So at home, though, people were cool and we had building friends and all. But I don't know. I somehow don't really know how to... let's just say, in short, I just stand in my own way. I can do that.
No, but in the sense that you are not open to it, or you somehow just are conditioned to believe that, I don't know, is this scary territory?
I'm a procrastinator, so I just delay. Maybe that is one thing. And I'm fiercely protective about my joy.
Yeah.
So that stands in the way, maybe. I just feel like I'm so happy now. Do I want to now be miserable and be crying? No, I don't want to.
I agree. I think you should be in relationships only if they make you happier.
No, not even happier. That's then putting too much pressure on everybody.
No, in the sense that you should be happy on your own. And if the companionship of someone adds to your joy, that's great.
That would be ideal.
Yeah, but if it doesn't, then why? Why complicate life so much?
Yeah, I just feel why complicate? And my thing for everything is why complicate? For anything. From basic things like the clothes I wear to makeup. I'm like, for everything, why complicate? If there's an easier this thing, to just don't complicate it.
But I'm sure people are like sliding into your DMs all the time, and they must be like,
can I tell you,
so many men chasing you.
Can I tell you, I don't know if there's a glitch on my Instagram or on everybody's. It's not showing you, it just jumbles up messages. I can't check DMs basically.
Okay, then it's only your Instagram. I can see mine.
I can't, and this glitch has been there since the past like 2.5 years on mine. And I showed people, like my team will know. They will see it, and you can't see the DMs. I don't know how to explain. It only shows me people who I'm following and who are following me, that thing. And when you go to general, where it shows that 99 plus thing, it just doesn't exist. And if I try to refresh it, it just comes like one. So even if they are, I won't know.
This also must be divine intervention.
This is divine intervention.
Is protection.
I was like, yeah, just do something. Yeah, let's just... Because I meet people in life and they're like, but we DM'd you and you didn't see. I said, this is it's not showing.
I'm not to blame.
I'm not to blame.
Yeah.
Instagram also does. Instagram also wants me to just like avoid. Yeah.
But like when you walk into a room, do you see men change their behavior towards you? Do you feel like they're intimidated by your presence? Because you're a very successful actress.
I don't think people are intimidated. I don't know. Intimidated maybe because somebody told me that, and then I kind of realized that. Also, I realized that when new male energy meets me, they feel like they have to tell me that the stuff that they do to their body, like they work out a lot or like stuff like that I've noticed. It's like some added pressure. And a male friend of mine told me, he said, because like you put these videos on Instagram where you're doing like Malkham and you're doing martial arts and all. So when a guy meets you, he feels like he needs to tell you that...
Overcompensation.
Yeah. And I'm like, but why we're talking about like... muscles of the body or something. He said how many bicep curls he can do or how many push-ups he does and what protein drinks he drinks. And so that I felt is a thing that when guys meet me, that's the first thing they want to tell me on the protein that they consume and the amount of push-ups and stuff they can do.
So let's cross that, boys. If you want to impress Adah, don't talk about protein shakes.
You can if that gives you joy.
Yeah.
And I'm all for people passionately talking about anything they're passionate about. But I've noticed that. Intimidated, I don't know. Maybe that's why people don't really... I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad.
See, you'll only know once you fix your Instagram glitch. Now, till then, we won't know only.
Can I also tell you, I have another phone and on that it's working. But there's no glitch on that. But I'm just like living in denial about that. Yeah.
You're wary of like, क्यों अभी कारण जो vibe इतनी अच्छी है, वो spoil क्यों करना है?
It's so nice.
I'm living in the high of the success of Kerala story and so many new things that are coming.
Yeah, Kerala release, Commando release, we're also happy and all nice things are happening.
Yeah.
Though, like, I agree with your point, totally. I'm going to use that. If it's causing, like, if you're with someone who can allow the joy to be joy, then I'm all for it. We can all have not lots of relationships. We can have one at a time. We can have one human.
Do what you want, it's fine.
Yeah, no, one human. Yeah. I don't want many and stress.
One is stressful enough only.
Exactly. So I won't be able to deal with multiple.
Yeah.
One human who can
maybe on the other phone now, check your DMs when you go back.
I know, but procrastination. No? I say tomorrow.
Chalo. Tomorrow you can check.
Tomorrow I'll do,
Okay. So you worked, of course, in Bollywood and you worked in the South Indian film industry. what has been like the difference you felt? Because now there's this crossover. Like suddenly a lot of like Bollywood actors are working in South cinema and vice versa. Like South actors are working in Bollywood as well. Karan Johar is working with Rajamouli. Like it's just the two industries seem to be aligning in some sort of way because they've realized that it's far more productive monetarily to be in that space. What has been the difference in experience for you?
Rain. No, when I started off also, my first movie was with Puri Jagannath and he had done Hindi movies before. Our DOP was from Bombay, Amol. So it already felt like doing a Hindi movie didn't feel like this was South, other than the language which I had to learn. I love learning new languages, so I was really happy.
How many can you speak?
English, Hindi, Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, and sign language.
Oh, wow. I thought I was multilingual with 4, but okay, you've been
What are yours?
English, Hindi, German, I can... I'm fluent in reading, writing, speaking.
Lovely.
And I can speak fluent Punjabi.
Nice.
But
I have to learn Punjabi for a new movie. So.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're doing a...
So,
no, are you playing a
Hindi
character?
movie, yeah, but the Punjabi thing was... but I want to learn the language fully and then do it.
Yeah, I have a feeling since you're passionate about it, you'll do it well because I just hate when Punjabi is butchered.
Punjab.
Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah.
It's for any language. Even South Indians, like South Indians.
Yeah.
So you've generalized it to one accent.
Because there's Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam.
But you just make one weird accent out of all the accents and call it South Indian. So I can understand you're passionately...
because I just feel like thoda sa mehnat extra kar lo yaar.
Yeah,
it'll look authentic.
So that's what I feel. Any language, even if you don't have to speak the entire movie in that language, if you're a person from that region, it would be nice to learn.
Yeah. Thoda sa little dialect.
Yeah, do little mehnat.
And it works then,
It does.
Like it looks
Makes
really
authentic.
Yeah, fun then.
Yeah.
But no, I have a feeling since you love it, I'm excited to see you speak in Punjabi.
Yeah, I think that'll be nice.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I haven't done it before.
Adah, do you remember how you got your first role?
1920.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. It was, so there was an audition. Actually, we went to meet them first and they thought I didn't look the part because I look not like how I look in the movie. And,
of course.
No, but like a lot of people after the movie thought that that's how I look. So the big blue eyes and the thin eyebrows, and I didn't look like that. But then they did an audition of that one scene, the scary scene.
I wouldn't know you meant
basically I'm me, and then I get possessed and then I talk in the man's voice, and then I'm back to my voice and I say, the other voice who's in me says, I'm saying "Bacha lo mujhe, please," and then he says, "Kaise bachayega?" something in that the three boys' voice. So then I had fun doing that, and I think they really liked that. So they decided to mold my look and make me look like I was from the 1920s. And then nowadays with the look thing, I mean, with makeup and hair, you can just make anyone look anything. So,
is it true that you got rejected because you had like thick brows? Like I read it somewhere, so verify.
The other thing with rejection is I figured through the years is that if someone wants to reject you, they'll find a reason and reject you. And if someone wants to take you, they'll take you for the same reason that they don't want you for also.
Yeah.
They look for reasons to pick you. Actually, I should tell you, Hasi To Fasi, I did. I remember they loved my audition. It was really nice. And I remember there was Karan Johar, Vikramaditya Motwane, Anurag Kashyap, and Vikas Behal because it was Phantom and Dharma.
Yeah.
And the audition went back and forth. They were not sure if they wanted someone who's done a movie before or launch a new person. All that had happened. Then they were sure they wanted me. After that, I did 3-4 months of look test for my eyebrows because my eyebrows were this. So they made it like we arched this part up and made this thick, this thin. Then we made it shorter from here, like widened the gap here. Then we made it shorter from here. And my eyebrows grow quickly. So you can. So they put like wax, like hardened wax to hide it to check which one looks good so that they can thread it. And so I didn't know if I'm doing the movie because I didn't know what's going to happen with the
I would have never known this. So, thank you for sharing. This is a fun fact.
So I didn't know because I was like, oh my God, like the brows. And then finally we did that really thin, defined brows, which for me, my eyebrows grow like if you watch my face, you'll watch my eyebrows growing. That's how quick my eyebrows grow. So yeah, that had happened. That but I got selected despite me having the thick brows now.
Yeah.
They were kind enough to take me.
Yeah.
But other movies, people look for reasons to not have you. Then if they don't want you, they'll find a reason. It'll
But
be
also,
anything.
like, a lot of people say कि last में change कर देते हैं. Like, they last में call you and tell you you're out of the project.
Totally, yeah. So even Hasita was saying, I didn't know if you're taking me.
Yeah.
Like I said, they were kind enough to stick with me
Yeah.
through it. I have been last May changed after signing contract and having signing amount. So, and I've told people I'm doing.
So massively unprofessional. Like, I just
Yeah,
don't
that's
get it. Like,
really-
you've
I
committed
don't
to
know.
somebody.
Yeah, that's...
And now you're just like, now you're not doing
Sorry,
this.
yeah. Not even sorry. I've read in the paper also once. That's happened once. And I've been like, but...
That you've
is
been
there
replaced.
Another heroine also. Not that I've been replaced. That this one is doing this movie. And I was like, but I thought is there another heroine? Is it like a 2 heroine thing? But how? And then I've realized that's happened also. So...
That's
yeah.
really unfortunate. Like,
Yes,
I
totally.
think it's totally unethical. Like, I don't think that's how it should be at all.
Yeah, but then
it
life
seems to
also
be-
isn't like that.
Yeah, but it seems to be the norm. Like, I think everybody's kind of just accepted it somehow. Like, even Deepika said it in interviews that even she's been dropped last minute. It doesn't even matter now
Yeah, I
who
think
you
so,
are or how
probably.
many years you've been here. Like, if they
That's
don't
just
want
the norm,
you,
like you said. People are allowed to do it.
which is
Awful.
horrid.
Yes.
Like, I mean, in business, you can't do that, right? Like, you've
We
committed
won't
to...
know actually. No, I don't know.
I mean, I come from a business background. Like, I work in
You
real
can't do
estate.
that in an
and-
office.
You
can't
absolutely
promise somebody and they're coming next day and you say
no,
you're not...
no, you can't.
You
If
can't
you've,
sit
let's say,
here,
I'm working and I've, said this vendor is working with me, I've signed a contract.
You can't back out.
I can't be like, now some other vendors replace me now, whatever. They'll take me to court.
Yeah, you
You
can't
know?
over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
don't
the
know
whole thing works
where
on
to-
like trust and
Yeah.
इसने इसको क्या बोल दिया
Totally,
and
yeah.
hectic.
Yeah. Shouldn't think about it. Like I said, then leave it to divine intervention and then
Yeah.
it's easier like that. Because then you'd be like, okay, this was not meant to be. It's okay, leave
Yeah.
it. And you might be sane.
Yeah.
You won't lose your entire sanity.
Yeah. Do you like, as you just said, plan like big moves in your career?
No.
You know, you
I
just
don't
let
know
you
how
flow.
to plan anything.
Yeah.
I'm incapable of, and I have no. That's something I don't know how to do. I've never been able to do that. And I don't plan to do it. And after Kerala Story, also people tell me, now you have to do this, this, and this. But my plan was always to be happy. That's why I wanted to do movies because they made me happy. I like to act, and I love movies. I want to be part of movies, and there's so many things you can do and play these characters and do this, and be this person. How convincingly can you be this person, and what magic can you bring, and music, and I've always loved all of that. That's why I want to do this. If I start planning it, I won't enjoy it, then I don't want to do movies. So the day I don't enjoy it, I won't do it. And for me, success has always been, if I can continue doing the same things that I was even before I was, let's say I hit this huge success thing, I want to do the same things also that I did before and new things professionally. But my life is not just movies. It's other things also. So
What are the other things that you enjoy?
like so many things, I want to still be able to put in that much effort into, say, learning a new flute piece that I did. I don't want to be like, now I don't need to. I want to. That's something I want to do. Even movie-wise, if we're talking about like films we're creating, I did Commando and I'm very happy. I want to continue that because that's something the audience likes to see me do. I don't want to leave that just
It's pretty
because
kick-ass, the action.
I had fun doing it, and that's what matters. And I want to do that also. I'll get new stuff, of course, after Kerala. A lot of people are offering me a lot of stuff, but I want to do the old stuff also, and that's success to me. If I can continue doing that also.
Yeah. Music seems to be a very big part of your life.
Yeah, it is. It's always been.
Yeah. Same. I'm also a trained musician.
Wow.
And like, I think it is my escape for everything. From everything, rather.
It's my main thing. Everything else is... there's always soundtracks playing in my head. There's always background music to things that
And it's
I
so
put,
beautiful when you can decipher it. Like, you can listen to something. So I learned Indian classical music. So when
me
I listen
too.
to a song, I'm just like, oh, this is this
Raga,
rag.
okay.
Yeah. So it's
You
nice.
learned Hindustani?
Yeah.
I learned Karnataka.
I figured.
So, South. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I know what you're saying. It's beautiful if you have music.
In your life.
There's always music for me. That's why. Even whistling was a thing that if I don't have an instrument with me, then you create your sound and music with your body.
Yeah. I mean, I've been totally like out of touch and out of practice, but I've been strongly contemplating getting back to it because I feel like I'm missing out on
Yeah.
a skill that I was blessed with and that I worked on. I
Yes.
worked on it for so many years.
Yeah.
That now it's a shame that I'm not pursuing it anymore. So
But if there's something you worked on for so many years, I feel that once you start it again,
It'll come
it's
back.
just that
Yeah.
first few rusty days, and then you're back to.
Yeah, because I feel like my vocal range is not the same. My scale is not the same.
Still, it's just a few days, and I think.
Yeah, hopefully. It is my resolution for next year for sure.
For
I'm also
next year?
procrastinating like you.
This is too much. This is even I don't do. No, these things I don't procrastinate. These things I don't. I just pick and choose what I want to procrastinate.
Like I feel like I need a milestone. Okay, I'll make it my birthday. My birthday is on the 11th of October.
No, if we
so
do
now,
that,
yeah.
I don't know if you keep milestones. You never. I've always felt them.
I follow them.
Oh, you follow
yeah.
them?
For me, if it's
Never
like
followed if I've decided like
this day, so this day. Like that.
Mine has to be like this now. Okay, this today, just now. Now, okay, done.
Yeah, I think okay, my birthday.
Your birthday.
Yeah, I'll make this now.
And your New Year video on
camera.
Instagram will be you singing this really
I might not put up a video, but I'll
this
sing.
really complicated Hindustani classical.
Yeah, Rag Yaman maybe.
Oh,
That would be fun.
go for it.
Acha, we wanted to ask you, okay, now you've done horror, you've done action, you've done Kerala story. I don't even know how to define that in a genre, to be honest.
Drama. It's a human horror actually.
Yeah, it's a human. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What is the next genre you are very like, aching to do?
I have now ready, which will be releasing now around Diwali, which is comedy, but it's like a really dark, creepy. I'm waiting to see for people to see that. I think till now it's the best like performance from my side because
Really?
it was it's a very tough role to play. Again, Kerala story, I could identify with her. I can understand that there's this girl, this character. Boggles my mind when I read the script also. I was like, how are we going to do this? And it's funny, it's nice that the girl's getting to do the comic stuff also and not just being the butt of jokes. She's...
or like the side chick who's dancing.
Yeah,
in the
though I
comedy
love
film.
dancing.
Yeah.
And dance movie is something I want to do also. Not being the side chick dancing, but center stage dance would be fun. That I've not signed anything yet to do with dance, but maybe someday... I hope someone thinks of me for some dance stuff. It would be nice.
You're a good dancer. You're the trained
I've
dancer
completed
also.
my graduation in dance, so that
You
would
did
be...
the whole Aran Gitrum and...
Yeah. In Kathak, you have Visharat.
Yeah.
So we had our Visharat and I want to do some dance movie. But genres, comedy is something I wanted to do, so I'm getting to do that. Dance would be nice.
Dance would be nice. What about like romance, like Shah Rukh romance?
Oh, I would love to do any sort of romance. I've not got an opportunity this year, so I did a music video right now. It's out. You should watch it if you haven't. And that's a nice romantic...
I think I saw it on Instagram. I think I
then,
got it.
yes.
Yeah.
So Rabta, it's called.
Yeah,
It's really nice. It's a sweet Zubin Nautiyal song. It's got
and his
romance
voice is magical. So
yeah. It's just so nice. Romance, I liked. And it's that sweet romance, arranged marriage setup. Boy, girl blushing. So much fun. I loved it.
Yeah.
So that I did just because let's do something
different.
Shouting and crying. Then I'm beating up people in Commando. So here it's nice.
Keep it diverse.
Yeah, I didn't beat him up. I didn't scream and cry. So it was nice.
But fun. We're looking forward now to...
there's
next
more stuff
movie.
coming up. Yeah, there's
You
lots
said
more
you've
stuff
signed a
coming up.
few new
I
projects.
actually have stuff that's ready before Kerala Story. Kerala Story was the last film we shot.
Yeah.
And the first to release this year. But there are 2-3 from last year which are ready to release. So they're all OTT films. But for me, every film is like, I'm very happy about each of the things I've done. Small film, big film and all, that doesn't matter to me. How much fun I had making it and if I like the people I was making it with and if I enjoyed the role and all. So I have some good stuff coming that's done before Kerala. But I'm waiting for that to come as well.
Who's your like most favorite co-star up until now?
I did this short film called Aisa Vaisa Pyar. It was a rom-com. And so it's an anthology. There are 4. And mine was called Pyar is a Bitch. Bitch because I had a dog. So it's me and the dog basically. And I really enjoyed working with the dog. My favorite co-star.
Of all the things.
I
was
can't
not
compare.
expecting this answer.
I can't compare this to any other movie that I've done because...
So apart from the animal kingdom, humans mein, if you have like some co-star you've enjoyed working with.
Humans, I've enjoyed pretty much everyone. I've been fortunate to get to work with really nice people. Whoever I've worked with has been really nice. Like actually, whoever I worked with, Puneet Rajkumar, who is a Kannada superstar. It was my Kannada debut, and I had done one Telugu film before that. And I really enjoyed working with him because he's someone who every day has to watch and aspire to be like. So that's a very nice feeling to have when you're working with someone where you can feel like, wow, I want to be like this. He used to come, he's a huge superstar, like huge. He's worshipped there, but he used to come on set and speak to every single person on set equally. He didn't discriminate. He used to meet his fans with so much love. He used to speak so kindly to people, to my team, to generally people who he's meeting for the first time. He spoke to women and men equally. It just was really nice. And I'd every day has to look at like a new thing that he didn't be like, wow, I want to be this person. I want to be like that. If you're so successful, you almost think that I don't need to be that. I can be an arrogant prick. But he was not. So.
But see, one remembers the good ones. No?
Totally.
You remember the arrogant ones also.
The arrogant ones.
Yeah, but you don't remember them fondly.
Yeah, but actually, to be honest, I've not really worked with too many awful people. I've had very nice co-stars. I've really enjoyed filming with them. Everyone on Kerala was so nice. Everyone. My mother in Kerala story also. All the girls, the boys, everyone. My mother, I really enjoyed working with her also. We almost shared a mother-daughter bond by the end of it. Because even on days that she was not there, through the movie, I'm constantly thinking about her in every scene. So sometimes I have to just message her. It almost felt like I was kind of connected to her. Devadarshini Chetanji. I think she was so brilliant in the movie. But yeah, I've really enjoyed
working with everyone.
Lots of people, mostly.
Okay. We'll take that answer. I thought you'll give me like some like crash-like answer. I was fishing, but now you've not given me anything, so I'll take it. We'll go with the dog. It's fine.
We have to go with the dog. You have to watch that movie and know why.
Okay, done. No, I love dogs. I have 3.
Oh, lovely. So then you know, come on.
So I totally get it.
I signed the movie on that basis. They told me a dog is opposite you. I was like, done. Script. I said, yeah, what is the story? It's about this. So she's basically a girl who is like a bitch to everyone. She snaps at people, and then it's how this dog comes into her life and she becomes
What was the breed of the dog?
A Labrador.
Oh, so cute.
So it was really sweet. Really cute.
So we're going to end this with a game.
Okay.
And we usually customize the game to the person who is our guest.
Okay.
And the game is called Adah ki Arzoo. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
And what we're going to do is that we're going to ask you who your ideal co-star would have been in like a certain, let's say, movie situation. But you can't pick the person who's played that character in the already existing movie.
Okay.
So, for example, if you were Rani, who would you like, to play Rocky? But you can't pick Ranveer Singh.
So we have to cast somebody else for Ranveer Singh's thing.
Yeah, if
How
you were
rude.
Rani, who would be your Rocky?
Jim Carrey from The Mask. Stanley Ipkiss. That was his name.
Okay. If you were Geet, who would be your Anshuman? Not Aditya. The Aditya was Shahid Kapoor.
Acha, the other
the
man.
Other one, the Ganne ke Khet wala.
Ganne ke Khet man. He was so perfectly cast. I can't think of anybody else who would do. He was too good.
Yeah, he was too good.
Now we have to replace him with somebody.
Yeah.
Become a casting director now.
Yeah, this is
Awful.
Who would you like? It's like a full wish list. You can pick anyone.
And we can't have him.
Yeah.
I don't know who would do that part so nicely. Mahmood from Padosan.
Interesting.
I don't
Yeah,
know how.
okay. And if you were Piku, who would be your Bhaskar? That was Amitabh Bachchan's character.
I don't think we should replace Amitabh Bachchan from his own movie because I am going to be in it.
Yeah,
That's
but someone
very horrible,
who has to look like you or be like you because he's your dad, na?
Oh my. Okay. I can't think of anybody playing
Chalo,
that
okay.
role.
Let's not
Amitabh
replace
Bachchan will
Amitabh
not
Bachchan.
replace,
Fair.
I feel.
I think that's okay.
Hai na?
We can live with that.
We can live with not replacing Amitabh Bachchan. That
If
would
you
be
were
awful.
Jodha, who would you want to play Maham Anga?
She's the
Ilaran.
Vidyut Jamwal.
But how can you have a male?
You wouldn't ask me why. You said who. Let him deal with it. Now I've asked him.
theek hai.
Let him shave his head bald and let him wear the sari and do it.
Theek hai, done.
Challenge
Vidyut it is.
As an actor, he should challenge himself.
Why not?
I
Why
feel.
not? And if you were Rani from Queen, Kangana, Who would be your Vijay Lakshmi? Lisa.
Oh. Yeah,
best
she was
friend.
also so nice. Oh God, you're taking such tough movies. I know, I'm thinking.
But that is the whole point, na?
She was so good. So you need someone who has a...
Like you and that person look great as best friends.
So who will take? Very difficult. I need help.
I'm also thinking, I think
Henna?
you and Alia could look great as friends.
And you think if I'm playing Queen and Alia will do Vijay Lakshmi's role?
I think no actor should be worried about how big or small the role is.
Okay.
Shah Rukh says there are only small actors, no small roles.
And I have to just cast, right?
You have to just
I
hypothetically
don't have
cast.
to get a person to actually do anything. I just say ki ye chahiye. Now production has to deal with how they get that person.
Yeah. So I think
Oh,
you
then
and Alia
anyone we can say. Okay, lovely, please, yes.
I think that
we
would
can
be
say
fun.
anyone we want. Like I can say I want Tom Cruise to play it, like that.
Yeah, it won't make sense, but okay.
Like that. Bula lo, Brad Pitt will also. Tom Cruise और Brad Pitt के बीच में. I don't know.
Tom Cruise can be like the guy who, you know, I don't know if he's Italian in that movie or whatever. The chef that she falls for.
Okay.
That could be interesting.
Oh, I was purposely changing sex and like now work hard. Everybody work hard.
Everybody work hard.
Tom Cruise will not play. How are you going to sell it to him? You'll tell him, Tom Cruise, please come and play the chef, which is a part
Adah,
in
this is
Adah
a
Sharma movie.
hypothetical game.
So, I'm just thinking, but if you tell Tom Cruise, there's this movie and you can play this character of this woman who's like very cool and everything and you will be this hot woman. So he might actually listen to us then and be like, what do you...
Divine intervention say, I hope we manifest this also. Tom Cruise
Kuch aur hi
playing
puch
a
liya
woman
tha.
with Adah in some movie.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Since you said it's a wish list, we don't have to like... Sure.
Abide by the rules.
Yeah, we anyway don't. Whether it's a wish list or not. But then
that is also true. But thank you, Adah, for coming. This was
you
so
so
much
much.
fun. I hope you have tons of success going forward.
Thank you.
And everything does as well or better than Kerala Story.
Wow, thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you.